Blessings and welcome everyone. Just a reminder before we begin. Your rising sign horoscope will give you additional clarity as to how a great deal of your sun sign horoscope may show up, and your moon sign horoscope will give you the less prominent side story that'll also be playing out for this 2-week period. Remember, horoscopes serve best when observed, like a weather or traffic report. You have influence over all outcomes with your thoughts, actions, choices, and deeds. Use the information that presents to help you make the highest choices for the highest outcomes. If you wish to schedule any of my services or like access to more content via my Patreon, follow the links below or go to my website, integrativemysticism.com. Hi there, Leo. It's time to have a look and see what is going on when it comes to your week starting April 5th, 2021. And just a quick heads up for all y'all Leo people out there who are my patrons on Patreon. Thank you very much for being a supporter. By the way, the weekly bonus astrology report will be out here at the end of the night tonight, Saturday, and so stay tuned for that. And remember, we are doing double passes with our cards now, so you're getting 2 events or 2 themes per subject. So let's talk about the astrology first, though. What's going on with the astrology I want to talk about in this video? Well, very recently, as in a few hours ago, we just had Mercury move into Aries, your 9th house of higher education, government legal proceedings, travel, culture, your reach, worldliness, and your spirituality and your spiritual practice. And Mercury's going to be here for the next 2.5 weeks. And Mercury, the planet of communications, speed, haste, intelligence, we are seeing a lot of developments start to pick up the pace during this time, especially when it comes to matters that have been a bit sluggish. They've not been maybe moving forward for you as much as you'd like. If there are things that you want to wrap up in any of these areas, either things that you have commenced with or are looking to commence with, whether it's a move, maybe some of you are thinking about doing some marketing, developing a special talent, putting yourself on the map, maybe even doing some work or traveling abroad. Even when it comes to things like government and legal proceedings, when you want to either initiate a transition or a procedure, or you want to close something up that has been on the books for a while, this is the time for you, because we are actually seeing things moving in a much more expedient way. This is also a great time for those of you that are looking to actually do some either serious get ahead or some serious catch up when it comes to your spiritual path and practice, whatever your spiritual path and practice is. Because you know me, my videos, my passion here is the spiritual practice and spiritual practitioners. And so, you Leo people really want to get on it. If you have been slacking a little bit, or you've been doing more book learning and not enough practicing, this is a time for some serious level ups. This is a time for some serious ability shifts for you as well. And if you've just been kind of, studying, remember, studying doesn't count all by itself. Getting in the game. So what's going on when it comes to your cards? Well, for your spiritual themes, you have the Queen of Cups upright and the Tower card upright. And with the Queen of Cups upright, this is a week where a lot of you are going to start noticing some serious smoothing going on, especially when it comes to matters that have been so much more difficult and arduous than they ever needed to be, because the Queen of Cups is indicating a lot of assistance is gathering around you this week, both on the physical and on the etheric. With the Queen of Cups, you're going to actually find that you are the recipient of a lot of gifts, a lot of kindness, a lot of generosity from other people. And you are also going to notice that a lot of things that maybe have lost their soul in your life, okay, whether it is, something that you're deeply passionate about, something going on with your work, your field, you're going to start to notice a lot of the shallow, superficial stuff that is essentially, a soul displacer is getting eroded out. The Queen of Cups upright really has nothing good to say about plastic. And so if you've been feeling like a lot of that has been really kind of cramping your style, or you have been finding it really hard to get excited about things because they feel more unreal, or they feel too shallow or superficial, or you feel like a lot of your friendships and relationships are kind of suffering because they're not achieving a certain amount of depth. This depth is coming through the Queen of Cups. We've got this renewal of intimacy, this renewal of going to places that are actually soulful as a big focus of your entire week. We also have the Tower upright. And so this week is also going to be eliminating a lot of normals in your life that have been overdue for elimination. Whether they have had their longevity artificially extended in some way, contracts, group involvements, projects, or maybe even things that have been kind of holding you still, commitments that have been staying on for far too long, places where transitions and release and letting go have been resisted by other people. The Tower is blowing up a great deal of things that ultimately have been, again, held beyond their expiration date. It's a big decluttering week for you. This may show up as a shock for a lot of people who've been maybe, again, not very good at letting things go, letting you go, or maybe letting things go with grace. But that doesn't have to be your problem. As we get on to your material shifts when it comes to your work, your job, and your finances, you do have the Two of Wands reversed and the Nine of Swords upright. And with the Two of Wands reversed, I am seeing that there is something going on with a work or financial matter where you are going to have to get people back on the same page with you because something has kind of gone too far, in another direction, or is about to commence with something that is all wrong. Whether this is a proposition or an offer, because I am seeing something very positive being put on the table. It does seem to be almost as though it was made for somebody else or it was actually drafted erroneously. The same thing could go with a financial proposition or an offer that actually is, again, could be very good for you, but there's something about it that's off. It's kind of like, getting hired for a job and then you get your schedule and you find out they scheduled you for the morning shift when you can only work nights. So we are going to have to do some serious revision work, some touching of base, a lot of just weird little snafus with the Two of Wands reversed, just to get everyone again back on the same page together. Now, the Nine of Swords, however, is also indicating that there may actually be something coming up where you actually have to face a bit of guilt, or there could be a bit of stress coming up about a matter that you cannot make better for another person or for a project. The Nine of Swords is, I don't get the sense that this is actually hurting you personally, but this is, I feel, happening to somebody else. This could actually be a coworker. This could be something going on with your business or the field that you're in, the community that you work in. The Nine of Swords is also indicating, however, a need to be careful when it comes to clients, to customers, or if you have a business where you have a lot of communications with the general public, not to let yourself have all of your time, energy, or maybe even your money wasted by somebody who is ultimately gobbling it all up because they are feeling needy or they've kind of lost a bit of control of themselves. And this could even be something that leads into, again, a family or social issue. That guilt could be coming from you actually asserting a boundary where you do deserve to be able to set a boundary that this person or this situation may not understand. As we get on to your communications, friends, relatives, other people in your life, again, the guys, the girls, platonic social support system, family, we have the Nine of Wands reversed and the Two of Pentacles reversed. And with the Nine of Wands reversed, I actually am seeing somebody becoming more available to you, somebody opening up to you. If you feel like maybe you've been shut out outside of a wall, or a friend that you deeply care about has been maybe tied up with other things, trapped in their own life, so to speak. this is going to be releasing them from whatever bonds and bounds that they have been trapped in. And I do feel with the Nine of Wands reversed, this opening up is also going to be bringing the two of you closer together. This could even be freeing somebody up that you have been waiting on to become free to enact a very important step in a pursuit or a venture you have been trying to embark on together. The Two of Pentacles reversed, Two of Pentacles reversed, you have there is this push where I feel like a lot of you are dropping something that you have carried on for a very long time, possibly something that you have been carrying for another person, a burden, a responsibility. Maybe even with the Two of Pentacles reversed, you could be picking sides. Not necessarily picking sides in a controversy, but dropping something that you have maybe entertained or held space for a very long time. Maybe even something you took on as your own personal responsibility so that somebody else could get away with not having it be their responsibility. And maybe that also leads to the Nine of Swords upright. As we get on to your challenges this week, you do have the Six of Swords upright and the Ten of Cups reversed. With the Six of Swords upright, your biggest challenge here is moving on, getting ready to move on. We've got the Tower, we've got the Two of Pentacles reversed, we've got the Nine of Swords upright. You might feel challenged with going away from a situation that feels almost unfinished or without reconciliation or without resolution. The truth of the matter is, with the Six of Swords upright, you're leaving a situation that does not want to be reconciled. It does not necessarily want to be in a healthier way. It's trying to have you're leaving situations that want to get away with being unbalanced, unhealthy, or, just ultimately destructive and still reap all the rewards of a situation that actually is healthy and balanced and constructive. And this week, you're going to have to be able to allow yourself to make those transitions, to make those moves. Because with the challenge of the Ten of Cups reversed, that's exactly what you have to see. Where is it that certain people, certain groups, certain colleagues, or even entire narratives that you've been a part of or entertained are not actually interested in getting better or becoming healthier specimens of themselves or being good for anybody? What if it's just masking dysfunction and hoping that the mask is a vibrational match for goodness? It never is. And the thing is, with the Ten of Cups reversed, you're going to see where people have been hiding things, where people have been pretending to actually be in a better way than they really are. Sometimes this can show up where it's something that you can help, and sometimes it's not. But with the Six of Swords upright, the focus needs to be on forward motion and getting away from that as a life pattern. As we get on to your relationships with love, romance, and partnerships, you've got the World card upright and the Ace of Wands upright. And love is beautiful this week for you, Leo people. In fact, with the World card upright, I'm seeing a major successful transition in a relationship where something that we have been maybe carrying on that has been, again, long overdue for release is finally getting wrapped up and cast away. The World card is indicating not only, as I say with this card, not only a chapter change, but a change of book as it relates to anything going on with your romantic partnerships. In fact, with the World card upright, not only is that happening, but everyone is taking a step up. Now, whether this is we're taking a step up in our sense of personal status, we're taking a step up in our quality of life, we're feeling so much more at home with ourselves, with each other. It could be, yes, a lot of creature comforts around the home, the marriage, the family are also going through a bit of their upgrade and update at this time. I am seeing a great deal of success here. For those of you who are single and available, the World card upright is actually bringing somebody into your life that you know is actually going to be somebody that you can achieve this with. Again, with. Not extract like some kind of gold digger, but achieve this with. Because with the World card upright, it puts us both together in a place where we are complementary enhancements to each other's reality. As we get onto the Ace of Wands upright, this is also a very hot, very stimulated kind of week as well, because the Ace of Wands is indicating a tremendous amount of adventurous activity and experimental activity coming into your love lives. Things becoming a lot more spicy, a lot more flirtatious, and a lot more forward. And if you'll have it, just of course be responsible, be accountable, and have some safe, satisfactory, and satisfying, and of course stimulating fun. Enjoy it. And this is also something that's going to rev the engines of a lot of long-term relationships as well. So you all take care. Thank you so much for dropping by. If you enjoyed this video, please like, share, and subscribe. I appreciate it. And of course, if you ever want to get a session with me, go on ahead to my website. It's integrativemysticism.com.